Hi, welcome to today's class. Today we want to talk about how to consistently build an online brand. You already have an online brand, whether you are intentional about it or not. When people come to your online profile, whatever it is that they perceive of you is your personal brand. Now, personal branding is what you do, what you intentionally do to position yourself in the minds of people as a certain thing. You want to create the perception people have of you yourself. That is what personal branding is. No one can build a personal brand in 30 days. That's the truth. But if you stay consistent and apply the right principles for 30 days, you're already on your way to establishing your online presence. So today I want to give you a list of 10 things you should do to consistently build your online image. Number one is, how are you going to start? It's not rocket science. Start with what you know. Make a list of all the knowledge you have. In yesterday's video, I showed you how to do a keyword research to know what people are searching for. So write down, make a list of all the things you know. Do a keyword research to know the one that people are searching for. And then start with that. Number two, decide who you will serve. Someone said she doesn't understand what target audience is all about. It's just about who you want to serve with what you offer. Who are you serving? For instance, this content I'm creating it for people who have one skill or the other and they want to establish themselves as subject matter experts, or who want to learn a skill and build an online presence. So, who do you serve? You can't serve everybody. If you begin to serve everybody, then you're serving nobody. You don't have a target audience. Make it very clear. Who do you want to serve with what you offer? Then number three, what do you want to achieve? Be very clear about what you want to achieve. If you've been following, I've talked about this. What is your goal? You can't just start without a goal. You need a goal. What's your goal? Be very clear about your goal. Let it be at the back of your mind anytime you're creating and building. Then the fourth one is to design your visual identity. Previously I used to think that personal branding was all about being aesthetically pleasing, having a very good visual identity. If it was that time I had this mindset, I won't talk about personal branding because I obviously don't qualify. But then that's not what it's all about. Build your visual identity based on your goal and the people you want to serve. For instance, there are people who will never take you seriously if you're not on makeup, an expensive hair, expensive clothing. But you also have to ask yourself, are they the people you want to serve? For me, they are not the people I want to serve, so I don't really care that much. But depending on what you want to do, depending on your own goals, you need a visual identity. A visual identity that speaks about you, your color, the colors you use, the fonts you use, the logo you have, the way you appear on screen. Those things have a lot to say about you. Then the fifth thing is to build your digital presence. You already know the people you want to serve. Where will you find them? If it's on Facebook, then build your presence on Facebook. A profile picture that matches your identity. Have a cover picture that, explains what you offer. Then have a bio. Let your bio have the keywords that tell people what you do, who you do it for, and what they stand to benefit. When I open your Facebook, let me see in your bio, just at a glance, what you do, who you do it for, and what they stand to gain. And then don't permit every tags. There are some people that when you go through their page, you will not see any single thing they posted, only tags. And most times those tags are not what you want to be known for. Those tags are not representing you well. For instance, if I open your page and you're being tagged to spiritual things, native doctor stuff, but you're not a native doctor, you already have a brand though without knowing it. So you don't let anybody tag you to things. Go to your settings and make sure that you are not tagged to anything without your permission. Then the sixth thing is to find your voice. When it comes to finding your voice, you need to be clear about things that you strongly believe in and then offer your voice, lend your voice when those matters come up. For instance, of Facebook, there are people that we know that they are feminists. They will always lend their voice when the matter is about feminism. There are people we know that they are about relationships, love. They will always lend their voice. Aside your goal and whatever thing it is you're building, have your own point of view. Don't be here and there. Then the seventh thing is to decide where your voice will be heard. Lend your voice in those areas. If your content is just all about buy my offer, if you're offering something, or motivation, people are going to get tired at some point. So also learn to lend your voice in the areas you want your voice to be heard. Then number 8 is, how do you measure success? Sometimes success is not in the amount of followers you have or in the amount of likes. So decide how you want to measure your success. It should be based on your goal. If your goal is to build a community and you're beginning to see engagement in your post that shows that you have gotten some group of people that are committed to your page, you are succeeding. If your goal is to grow your email list and you've gotten a number of people subscribing to your email list, you're succeeding. So there is no single measurement for success for everybody. It's not always about the number of likes, number of followers. No. Before you even start, decide how you're going to measure success so that you don't start feeling that what you're doing is not working and give up. Number 9 is to develop a calendar of activity. Have a content calendar. Because if you continue just waking up and posting randomly whatever comes to your mind, you're going to lose direction at some point. So even though you're still going to be spontaneous, but have a content calendar. Write a prompt telling Gemini to create a content calendar for you. State the things, your content pillars, the areas you want to lend your voice in. State them. State the people you want to reach, your target audience, all the things I've mentioned earlier. Communicate all those things to your Gemini in the prompt you're typing, and then tell it to use it to create a content calendar for you. And that is just how you have a content calendar. It's easy. Then finally, number 10, provide consistent value. Recently, people started dragging a day fair, organizing a challenge, and then having people pay for it. Okay, so they were calculating the money she made and all that. But what they don't understand is that most people who signed up for that challenge signed up because they've gotten a lot of value from her DFA. They've learned a lot already. So they just decided to give her their money. That's just the truth. The main key to building an online presence is providing consistent value. Consistently provide value. Consistently create something that solves people's problems. That is how people get to know you, like you, and trust you. So when you decide to sell something, they will buy. So don't start with selling, start with providing value. Thank you for staying here. Thank you for being here. And see you tomorrow.